Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So today we will recreate this one here. And yeah, there is not much to say about it. I think the interesting parts here are the blinking, of course, that it blinks when it goes exactly down, so when it crosses this line here. And yeah, when you turn on the sound on the beginning, you will hear that they make a sound when they start to blink. But this I did not in Cinema 4D. This I did in postwork in DaVinci Resolve. And there I have a question. If it's more for the patrons, if you want that I upload this DaVinci Resolve project file as well. So when you download this, you will have then the background music of this clip and the bling 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 bling. So the sounds uh, when it starts to blink and something else. Yeah, and the color correction I did, and so and all this. And yeah, I do this all in DaVinci Resolve. I don't use Adobe Premiere or After Effects. The only thing I use from is Photoshop from Adobe. And yeah, and if you have questions about Photoshop, I can help you as well. So let me know. I do now Photoshop. I don't know over 20 years, and it's what wait Cinema 4D I do about 18 years now, and yeah, I'm a really old man. Yeah, if you have questions or if you want a tutorial of Photoshop or something else, it's no problem. We can do this. Uh, Yeah, and as I said, patrons can already download the project file here with the shading and textures you will always have. And if you want, you can upload uh, the files for DaVinci Resolve as well. Most of the things I do in DaVinci Resolve you can make with the free version. So this was, for example, this is just with the free version here. I just have a sample with the sound for the blinking, and then I position the sample when it starts to blink. So that this is a very easy thing. And the color correction what I do is a little dehaze and something else. So it's not a lot, but and you can do this in the free version. So okay, so yeah, let's start. We start, and yeah, the next thing I will show you how you can make this blinking in physical render as well in the material, because this is just done in the material. And but I will not more. I don't do it the render things for physical render, because the bloom or something else you won't get a glow with a nice glow with physical render. But you can do this in post work, of course. And if patrons want really a physical render version of this, I will upload one, of course, but I think it's not really necessary. So now let's start here. Good. First, we make one of these pendulums here. So for this, I use here an mouse spline, because with the mouse spline I can nicely change the size and everything whenever I want. Make this a little so. Okay. And the mouse spline I go to simple and I bring it down here to -90. Okay. And let's say we make a size of 50 or so, and steps we need nothing, so 2. And that's it, more than less. And of course, what I want here is that this spline makes this movement here. So let's go to the coordinates, and you see here, wing, 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 wing. And on frame 0, I make a keyframe on 45 degrees. Make a keyframe here. And on frame 100, I make it -45. So now we have a very, very nice animation. Let's go to fast. So we have great animation. And now you see it stops here at 100 frames. This is not what we want. And I don't want a linear movement here. I want here that it starts slow, gets faster, and then it becomes slow again. So we can do this here in the timeline. I go to my mouse spline thing. You see here I have my default movement is linear. But here in this case I go to spline, and then I get this is spline. So go to spline, and you will see now it looks like this here. You see it starts slow, will become faster, and ends slow. Nice. But of course I don't want that it stops after. Let's give us some more frames here, 500. I don't want that it stops here. So what I tell it is the mouse spline, go to the what should happen after the animation. Please oscillate, and then I get this down, up, so, and what we got in the end is this one. This is exactly what we want. So let's save this, and you will see I already have a file for this pendulum tutorial, because I started this tutorial already, and then I realized that I have no audio. I don't record any audio. So let's do it again. Fortunately, I was not, or it was just a quarter of an hour or something else. So good, override it. Yes. Good. The next, this would be nice in OBS with I record when it sees that I don't have an audio activated, that it tells you before you record. It says, "Hey, guy, do you really want to record without audio?" But okay. As I said, I'm an old man. I forget a lot. Good. Now we have to make more of them, of course. One is a little boring. So I make a cloner. Put this in the cloner. And this is all nice here. The cloner here. Grid can be okay, but I don't need it here. And in the Z-axis is okay, but I don't want to go in depth here. I want that it looks like we would have this in front, and then I render just the front view, so a 2D view. I could render the front view, but then I cannot use any depth of field. But I want this for my background later on. So I make this all at 0 here in the Z-axis, and then I get something like the 2D. And you see we have this original spline here. This is not what I want. So reset coordinates, nope. So now I have this. And let's make about 10 of them. Good, so now all of them make the same movement, which is a little boring. So I wanted to offset this movement. So I want that the movement for each spline starts on a different frame. So and this we can make with a random effector. So I select my cloner, click on the random effector, and the only thing I want to activate in the random effect in the parameters is the time offset, nothing else, just the time offset. And I have here a movement from here to here with 100 frames. So I want to make a time offset of 100 frames. And you see immediately, okay, it starts like this. And when I hit play, they start randomly in the time of 100 frames, everything starts to move. But this we cannot loop. So you see, when I go to, this is the first frame. When I go to the last frame, I have this. So this is nothing to loop. But there is a very simple solution. We have a time offset of 100 frames. So simply let's start our animation, our whole render, our whole project at frame 100. So I go to the start here at frame 100. Now, when I hit play, it starts already here. And when I have here the first frame and the last frame, it's both the same. So this is perfect loopable. Good, let's save this. Now we want different lengths of these splines here, which is no problem. We go to our cloner and make a planar set here with the random time, so that we know what we do here. So time, and go to the cloner, make a plane effector. Does not matter the order of operation here, but just for me. So this should be the plane for scale. And for the scale, I go to a absolute scale uniform, and let's say 1. Okay, now they are all at the same size. This is not what we want again, and so we go to the fields, and in the fields I put in a random field. And I would want the random, not a noise, I want a random, as I said. So you see, I have different sizes, different lengths. The only thing, when you look closer, you see the long splines here, they are thicker than the short splines. This is because of the scale, and the most spline reacts to the scale here. You see that the most spline is, if you do this with a normal spline, I think it wouldn't do it, but so now with this most spline, I always have the opportunity to change length and whatever I want. So when I wing wing wing. Anyway, so but this could be a problem. But for this problem, we have a solution, of course, as well. So let's hide these guys here. Good. So let's go to the mouse spline and make only the line, so here we don't see it. The next thing is we want rings on each of these end of these splines. So I make a ring, and I could make a small torus or something else, but here again I want to make it with a sphere, with a circle, and make a sweep knob, because I can easier change everything what I want. So let's make a circle. The circle is quite small, so about 5 or so, maybe even smaller. Okay, bring it down. As I said, the order of operation does not matter in this case. It's not every time so in the Cinema 4D. It's sometimes it's very important to the order of operation, but not in this case. I copy this circle, control, I hold the control key and drag it just down. And make the first circle, this is the profile spline now, and I make this quite small. And bring this circle in a sweep knob. So I select the circle and go to hold my Alt key now and go to sweep. So the sweep becomes automatically apparent to the circle. And this is my circle. So now I have here my spline, and I don't need as many segments here. So that here this one is not here. This I want 8. This guy here, I want just 1. Okay, this is more than enough. And now I want this cloned on each of the end of the tips here. So go to a sweep, hold the Alt key and put it in a cloner. Whoop. The cloner will be cloned on object, and the object will be the first cloner here. So let's name it cloner splines. So and this is the cloner rings. So that will good. So the cloner rings will be cloned on the cloner spline. Looks great. So we need just 1 on each of this. This doesn't matter. And so I don't need a loop, and the offset should be, first of all, you see this is wrong, so I have to go to my sweep on this circle and put the circle in the right thing. So this is okay. And now you see we have this problem with the scaling. The same with the mouse spline. One was thicker, one was not so thick, or slimmer, or whatever. And here we have the same problem. The cloner, because of this plane scale and because of the mouse spline, they have different sizes. If you want this, it's okay. So you can, let's hit NA. It's okay. It could look nice. So when we put this now, and no loop and offset 100. So we have them down there. but I want all rings in the same size. And the easy thing here, the easy solution is we go to our sweep, right click, go to rigging and give it a protection tag. Now I see nothing. I don't want to protect the position or rotation. I want to protect the scale. So the scale should not change size. So here position known, can do whatever we want, rotation the same. But now you see we have everywhere the same size. So when I go here to the offset of 0, we should see that they have all the same size. Great. This is exactly what we want. The next step is I don't want the rings that it starts here. I want the ring that it starts here, so at the end. And this we can do with when we change the axis here, when we move the axis. And for this we have a nice capsule here, whatever it is. Go to my favorites. I have it here. This is the geometry axis. I have it in my favorites here. You can find it when you search here, or you can simply go to here to my circle and Shift C. And geometry axis. You see now I did it. And I want the geometry axis as a child of the circle, so I hold my Shift key and double click on the geometry axis. So, and here it should be the Z axis, and we go down. We have it exactly where we want it. Great. So the first part, more or less, is done. We have our nice pendulum thing. Yeah, if you don't like the distribution, how it starts here, you can change this to any time. You go to your random time, but effector, and here in the seed, you can change this however. It will loop every time. So let's say I like this here, and then start with this, and this is again totally loopable. So this is however you want it, but the start was not bad. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. The next step is now we can start with the blinking thing. And so let's go to, so we want that it blinks when it comes exactly down here. So I go some frames forward. We can do this with G on the keyboard. I can go 1 frame forward. So this one should be lighter. So I do this with, as I said, over a material, but first we need a field here that says, please, in this area you start to blink. And this can we do this with the cloner ring. And in the cloner here, we make a plane effector. So plane, bring it over my rings that I know it belongs to the rings here. Plane color, so that, and in the color, I only want to affect no position. I only want the fields color. And for the fields color, of course, I need a field. So let's go to the fields and bring in a linear field. You see immediately it changes something here. So make the field smaller. Let's bring in a camera, a nice front camera here. So I don't want to see it, but I want to use it. So 0, 0, here 0. Give it a protection tag, and then I'm allowed to change C and Y, but not the X. Okay. Good. We can make the linear field a little smaller, I think. So, oops. Let's go to the field here. Make it 10. Okay. And I make it smaller. Okay. And now I wanted this will be turned yellow. So let's go to the color remap, and instead of yellow, make it a nice red so we can see it nicely. So we go to the remapping of the field, and here instead of nothing in the contour mode, we go to curve, load the preset, and I use the triangle here. Now you see, okay, we have exactly this one. And when I hit play, you see only the rings inside the field will blink. If you want that the space is a little, or the time is a little longer where it blinks, simply make the field a little larger. Okay, let's go here to 8, but not too many, because I want, see these two, they are close together, so they start both to blink. This is not what I want. Of course, I could change the distribution, but in this case, oh, it's okay. Okay, that's nice. And to make this in the render, to see this in the render, so I show you this first with the physical render. This is a physical render material. This is my default material, so this is nothing else but color, and you see just 15% roughness, and here the Fresnel bed, the leg. So nothing special. This is just everything. Again, patrons can download everything what I do here in the tutorial. So meanwhile, you have project files. They are almost 350 project files or something is on Patreon. So you can download until you're I don't know if for weeks. It depends on your speed, internet speed. Okay, yeah. So we have this. Now I say in the column, I want, let's see, a red color, and I wanted this light. So I go to the luminance, and here let's make this red as well. And I wanted it just lights where the MoGraph, where the effector works. So I go to here and say MoGraph color shader. Bring this to multiply. So, and this should do it so that this lights only, oops, that 500 is enough, I think. Let's make it in the render. Let's see, let's make, I don't need, I think we don't need GI, so let's go to here. This illusion, don't need ambient illusion. That's everything I need, so let's go to here. So this is now just the effector. This is not the material. You see, the material is not assigned. So let's go here and go to the cloner rings. They all light now. This is not what I thought it will be. So honestly, I did not try it in the physical render. Just thought we will make it, and that's it. Okay, now. But the other ones. Maybe we have to make here in the color, the remapping, in the color remap, black color, because we need a black and white. We need a black and white thing. Yeah, they are brighter than this one. I think you can see it, but it's exactly the opposite now. Yeah, here the black in the color remap, because we need a black and white. It's like an alpha map. It should work just there. So you see, they are brighter. Maybe we can make this a little nicer. Let's go to 1000. Go to add. They are very bright now. You see, this is. Strength down. Yeah, now we see it nice. But these are the little ones. So this is exactly the opposite color of red here. And to change this, we go to the linear field remapping and simply invert the thing here. So now we have here the blinking one and here the normal ones. You should see it here as well, yeah. And when I hit play, you see uh, this nice gradient what it does. So that's exactly it. That's what I want. And then you can play with the colors, however you want it, and so on and so forth. This is, but you will never get a nice thing. You can play here. Where is it? So that yeah. I did not. I had not. This is the next thing. I don't know why Maxon does not change this. When I click on a render setting, I want that it's activated. No, it's not. You have to click this small thing here that it's activated. That's ah. Yeah, you will realize that I don't have the newest version of Cinema at the moment. I have 24.2 because I read so many problems with the 24.3, and now the newest version is 24.3.2, and I'm working on a project at the moment for a client, and I never change versions between when I not have changed, not ended my not finished my project. So during a project, I don't change the uh, versions. Good, we have this. So it would, as I said, if you're a patron and you need uh, a whole physical render project file, tell me and I will upload one. So this was this, and now we can do it with Octane. Good, this is nice, but an Octane, as far as I know, I don't need the invert here. Or do I? Yes, we will see. Good. When I go to Octane now, yeah, we have. I think, yeah, of course, I want to render the splines as well. If you don't want to make it with a hair render, you can do it with a hair render, of course. But if you don't want to do it with a hair render, just make a sweep out of it of the most splines. But then you will, yeah, okay. So, yeah, to make this visible, I go to my cloner splines and simply give it an Octane object tag. And you see we have here hair, render is here, and boom, we have render is here. Oh, smaller. Okay, nice, 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 nice. So the next thing is you have to, let's make here a better background and the thing. So I use my scene rig, of course, for this. And here I don't need a background, I don't need a shadow catcher, but I want a background and I want a black background here. So that looks much better for me. The next step is I need a material here. Let's make this a little smaller here. This is my Octane default material. Again, nothing special, just an universal material. And first thing is we need emission. We want to work with emission, black body emission. And in this case, when you have something very bright, it's often better to work with the Gaussian spectrum instead of the RGB spectrum. So I use it, and honestly, I just try and try and try until I find my color, because I don't know the real values what I should put in. So let's bring this on my rings here. See, they are all white, and when I play here with the values, it should give me this is a color I like. Okay, one power. Maybe I make the rings even smaller. 0.1, yeah. And now this is the brightness, and I want to change the brightness here. I want here the brightest one, so I put in the MoGraph color shader in the distribution. Now this is the multi-shader. I don't want the multi-shader, I want the color shader. MoGraph color shader. So, distribution. And I should see something here, but I don't. For any reason, I don't see here. Let's see the linear field. This color remap is black. This is fine. The remapping. Okay, I have to invert it here as well. Good. And to put this on the other ones, we would have this here. But this does not look nice, so here I can use a normal RGB. Back here, RGB spectrum. And here in the RGB spectrum, we have this eyedropper here. I try to click this guy, and now we have this nice thing. You see, when you will see it better when we go to our camera. Give the camera an Octane camera tag. Enable it. So this is a little much. The cutoffs. This is maybe a little too bright. Let's go to 10 here. Maybe 20. 30. Yeah, that would be better. Okay, something like that maybe. Maybe it's still too bright. Okay, something like that. When I hit play, we should. Yeah, it does what we want. But you see, we can. Okay, and it works. Good, and the next thing is, this is all what we have to do here. Of course, you can here play with whatever you want. You can say, when it reaches this position here, the ring, we can rotate the ring for 360 degrees or something else. But this is let's try it. Why not? When we go to the parameter here, say rotation. Okay. And this is again, we should. This is now. Rotates the wrong ones. But the rotation is with the other rotation. This is the wrong rotation. This one here. Okay, let's see. We want to rotate this 180 degrees or so. But now the problem is I would have to. Good, we can make a second plane effect. This is just for testing. Because I can make a second plane just for the rotation and one for the color, so I can use different things in the remapping. So when I go to here, and we should see it here. Let's go. Yeah, you see, wonk, wonk, maybe not a bad idea. This is quite funny. Do. Okay, but we don't do it. We are serious people. Not really. Good. And then let's make the rest. So on the top, I want to have a ring where it comes out everything, And I don't want that it looks like here that we have all together here in the center. I want here a ring, and it should look that the splines come out of the ring and not in the center here. And to do so, why does they all bring it? Ah, now we have the forgot to invert. Bring it. Ah, no. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Save it. Don't forget to save. Good. For this, I make a simple cylinder. Bring the cylinder in the plus C, and we need a radius, let's see, 5 or so, and make it very, we don't need anything. The height, about 1 centimeter is enough. So now it looks that they come out of here. That's exactly what I want. Give it more segments here that it's rounder. And I want this pitch black, so like the background. This is easily done. A new material, so at least these are the rings here. Rings. Now we make another material here. This is the cylinder or circle. Let me cylinder, okay. And this we make no specular and just a black color. That's it. On the cylinder, and it disappeared. And around the cylinder I want a glowing ring. So I can make a new circle. I can I could steal the sweep, but it's not really a lot of work. So circle. Let's see if right position. Yeah, it's fine. Let's see it here. We had 5 layers. This is here. And let's make another sweep here. Bring this down here. I copy it. So this will be the path for a sweep with 0.2. Bring it in a sweep NURBS. Boing. So now I have around my cylinder. You see it here. But I make it a little bigger because here in the value fields, you see when I click on it, in this case, it's 1 centimeter. It changes with 1 centimeter. When I hold my Alt key, it changes with 0.1 thing. So good. And I copied this material. Let's say this is the top here, and open it. And I don't need here the color shader or the spectrum. I need just the glowing here, and bring this on our sweep. Top. And make it a little bigger because now at the moment it intersects here. Let's go closer to see this. Camera, book. And make this now a little bigger. And I go down so until it, so that's nice. Okay. Now it glows. And when we go G14, we have this going, we have this going. Maybe we could make this a little brighter, but at the moment it's not really necessary. But so now they have the same thing here. Save. But you see what they do. We have here some things from this noise here, and I don't want this noise. So I go to my boss, to the in this case, go to the boss. So to the top, and in the black body emission, I tell it don't be visible on diffuse. Now I get rid of this. The same I do on the other. Okay. And of course we need a color for the. So this is the top, this is the rings, and for the color here, let's make another one for the splines. Here, splines, save, go to here, and I don't want that they glow or something else, I just want here an RGB spectrum, and I take this color here and put it on the where are the splines? Okay. Maybe we could make the splines even thinner. So let's go to here and 0.5 0.05 0.05. Okay. I don't want them the same color. See, that looks not nice. Maybe a little bright. That's also almost white. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, this is what I like. Okay. And now we can start to make the background. So the background was very easy. So let's go back to this one. Pendulum. See, this is just a helix in the background where I broke the spline and cloned some spheres on it. So good. Let's make a helix. So for the helix, we need a helix. And let's start radius at 0. So we see it here. This is too bright. Let's hide it from the viewport, the OCTANE Rig. So we have here our helix. And the helix and radius. But you see, of course, the helix now, we have a helix that goes in depth. But I want everything more or less 2D, so we need no height on the helix. 0. So now that looks much better. Here, let's say 10 times the same. And we need it bigger so that it goes out of frame. Great. You see this is not really round here. So let's go up with the subdivisions to about 500 or so. And we have this nice thing here. Yeah, but we need this helix more in depth because here I want depth of field. So I have to bring the whole helix back in space. Back in space. Go to 300. It doesn't matter. You can change this whenever you want. So, okay, but now you see we need it bigger, of course, and the center isn't anymore in the center here. Because we don't have a parallel camera, we don't have a front camera, we have a perspective camera. And we can change this quite easy, just drag it up. And make it bigger. So that it goes out of frame, and we have this. This is perfect. Save. Now I want some breaks in between, so that I don't want a close or a continuous spline here. And for this we have a capsule from Rocket Lasso. So here, this is called the, I don't know at the moment. So there's a rocket for Rocket Lasso, and we will find it somewhere. Here, the brake spline modifier. And when we put this as a child of our helix, so, and here we have it. I want a gap of, let's see, let's try, don't know, 50 centimeter, and you see we get here some. I want randomness, I want 100% randomness, and I want much more, that's 200 gaps. Yeah, it looks not bad. Maybe the gap a little smaller. And immediately we have something I like. Save. If you have older versions without this break spline, how could we make this? Yeah, you could clone in lots of splines. Or can we? That's interesting. I have not thought about it, but at the moment I got the idea when you don't have when you have older versions where you don't have the capsules and something else. How could you do this quickest? Let's disable this for now. Save it, because if we go to the helix and bring under the helix and another random effector under the helix. So I select the helix, I hold my shift key and bring the random. So now it works as a deformer. So that means we go to the deformer here and say we have here, but I go to the points and let's see when I go to the effect parameter. Where is it when I work with the visibility? No, that does not work. I thought it will bring away the points, and so this is not the case. How could we do this? I will find a way, so, but not at the moment. Maybe we say, well, I know it, what we can do. Down random effector. We could do this with an spline mask. We can. This is a nice idea, I think. We can make a circle or whatever, circle, rectangle. Put it to 10 by 10 for the moment. We can clone this in a grid and then make a random position just to test it. So I clone it. We have here a grid. I don't need a clone it. C, I don't need it in the C. I want it in XY. Make 10, 10. So I should have now somewhere this 10, 10. Okay, we have this. Yeah, they should be, of course, the same position like our helix here. So this was 400. So let's go back and bring it to 400. Make it bigger now. So something like that. We can now then randomize the positions. So I just want to test something. Now I make a spline mask. I really, if this works, it's fun. Bring the spline mask in, bring the helix in, and I want to subtract the. That looks good. No, that looks good. Funny. Whoa. Looks kind of nice, of course. But let's bring the cloner in the connect and see, not union, subtract. A subtract B. This is not what I want. Along C is okay, but the intersection. I just wanted, I don't see it. That's funny. That does not what I want. Of course, we could do it with a sweep here, but when I find a way, I will tell you. But at the moment, let's bring back our helix here and bring back the spline. That looks much better. With the sweep, it would work when I put it in a fracture. No, in a polyFX. Let's test it. Why not? Save. So let's go to here. Let's make a sweep. So, steal this one here. Sweepy, sweepy, sweep, sweep, sweepy, sweepy, sweep, sweep. Just one. We have now here a sweep. Okay. How does this look in B? Bring back the lines. It looks quite okay. And when we bring this sweep in a null, Alt G, this is just a testing now. And here, let's go to the MoGraph polyFX as a child. And here we have effectors, so we could use a random effector. So here we have the random effector. Use it. And let's see, we can scale something down to -1. And you see it breaks us thing down here. Go to the parameter effector, go to noise, not the animation, noise scale. Maybe better with a shader effector. Let's go instead of the random effector, we use a shader effector. Oops, not this, guys. Shader effector. And here we have the shading. Of course, we need a noise. Okay. And parameter here the same in scale. -1. Okay, that does the same. The shading. Where is when I go to 2D and make here the global scale? That's a little weird. Why does this? But it should work somehow. So, of course, yeah. Now I can change this. Yay! Haha! Now we have it. So we can break apart something as well. That looks nice. It looks nice as with the great. And still we have, of course, our helix here, and we can clone some spheres on the helix. Huh? But in my case, I let this in here. I just copy out the helix here. And I will let this for the project file. I will upload this one as well, the tutorial file. Bring this all in this Alt G and name it Alternative Break. Spline break. Okay, and jack and disable everything we don't need here. So, good. save it. Now we bring back the helix and this guy here. Yeah, it's almost the same. Good, let's go back to here, save. And just now we will clone some spheres on our helix here. A small sphere, 1 centimeter. We see you just blurry, so 8 segments should be more than enough. Clone it on the helix. Object helix. Not per segment. And go here to 300. Okay, like 500. 5,000. Okay, that looks something I want. We can go to multi-instances so that it makes safe. Maybe 2,000 is enough. Yeah, 2,000 should be enough. And here I don't want this distribution. It looks too not random enough. So we can go here to the cloner, make another random effector. Sometimes I hold my shift key, so I just drag it over the side, because now I don't have to drag it from here to here. Okay, a random effector, and here I want to change just the visibility. And this here, get this here, which I like. The effector from random is okay. Maybe now I want more clones. Okay. And the next thing is, I want, of course, that they rotate. So we can just rotate the helix. Whoops, the helix rotates in this direction. Okay. And the clone, of course, they rotate with it because they are cloned on the helix, and when the helix rotates, it clones on the rotating helix. So we can start at frame 100, so we don't have to go to the first frame. In this case, frame 100, because we start our whole thing from frame 100. 0, so, and go to 360. 360 is okay, yeah, the plus direction. Go to the last frame, in this case, frame 500, and say 360 degrees. Should quite slow. And the fun part here, by coincidence, is when I look at this, they look like they would have a lift to here, and then they be released and go back. And then at that point, whoops. But this is just a coincidence. This is not on purpose. So we have to go a little back because this one goes a little over it. Down, something like that. Okay, that looks nice. The only thing I see here is here we don't see it. Here, see, this is not really round here to the spine, but this is easy to handle. Go to here and tell it here 500 subdivision. We can go sub 700 as a, but when I go here to 20 or so, then we have it round. Save. Let's see what we get here now. Yeah, we don't see the spline because we need on the helix we need an octane object tag, which we have here with the hair, render hair. So simply control and drag it down. Okay, and this is okay, but somehow I think this helix could be a little more centered. Let's go back to the first frame. It looks nice. Now save. And we have here the spline thing, so we can use this and bring it on the Helix. We can make an own one for the Helix, but why not? Like copy it. It's not really that's not really hard to do. So this is Helix, and make this simply a little colorful, more colorful. Yeah, we would see it better when we make the hair a little thicker. I can select both of them with Control click, then point 1, and when I hold the Control key and hit Enter, you see both of them will be changed. Okay. Maybe make the sphere a little bigger. Gets the same color like the Helix. We do not really see the change. Now we see it, okay. And of course here I want depth of field. So I go to my camera tag here. First I select the focus, so I go to the focus here, F, and I want to focus this disc here, so click on it. And now in the camera tag, go to the scene lens, depth of blur, depth of field, depth of blur. Set this to 1 or so, and we have this nice thing here. Save. And everything works like it should. Okay, we are done, my friends. That's it. You see, it's not really hard to do, but some things you have to know. But yeah. Okay, here it looks very noisy, everything, but this is because I have a very low render setting here. So see, I'm here at 200 settings, so this is very low. And when we put this in the, let's make a denoiser here, image, so I want here ACES, so ACES tone mapping. Also, not in this case, I have to. I would have to change this here, so in the rings, so we have the same color here. So let's this. But here, what I want is the denoiser. Enable the denoiser, and let's render it. And when we go to denoiser, in this case, it doesn't help a lot. But with a higher sample rate, you get this. You get it as well when you go to the top guy here. I don't like it looks here. Let's see if we can make this a little nicer here. It's little. This is a very, very thing. So when you find a spot, then you get immediately a nice thing here. It already looks better for me. Yeah, but with this you can play for yourself. So yeah, that looks better. Save. And that's it, my friends. I hope you like this one. And yeah, if you have questions, requests, complaints, let me know in the comments. Everywhere in the comments here, on YouTube, Facebook site, Facebook group. You know it meanwhile. And yeah, again, if you want the project files for the DaVinci Resolve, let me know this, and I will in future I will upload the project file for DaVinci Resolve as well, So you get the samples for the bling 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 and for the whole things as well. So and for the future projects. So for the old tutorials, I don't have them anymore. So and I don't want to render out everything again. So but if you want something, just ask me. So some people ask me about, yeah, can you give me this for this animation, this sound and if you're a patron, you can have from me almost everything. So and yeah, that's this. And is there more? Yeah, the next tutorial will come on weekend. I hope so. And I think it will be something like this here. So, and this looks quite nice, I think. But this will be more a quick tip than a tutorial. This will be up for patrons available, I think today. I will upload this one. The tutorial will come tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So. No, no, well, today is Saturday. Huh? Okay, then then it should come tomorrow. I thought it's Friday. Okay. Again, the age. Good. And here you see that there is no audio at the moment. And when I upload this and you want the resolve files as well, you get them with same with the color here and everything. So when it's down here now, yeah, you see they don't do much to the haze here and here and I don't even make the color boost here. Changed here the darkness and shadows. Yeah, and as I said, most of the thing I do in DaVinci, you can do with the free version. Good, that's it now, and yeah, yeah. I wish you all the best here from Austria, Vienna. I wish you a great rest of the day or start of the day wherever you are. And I wish you a nice Sunday. And maybe we hear us tomorrow again when I make my other tutorial. And here in Austria, and I wish you a nice evening. And again, all the best and tschüss und baba.